Hey guys, hope you're all doing really well. So today I'm going to show you how I created this really beautiful and bold smoky cranberry makeup look. So let's get into it. So I'm really excited to let you guys know that today's video is sponsored. I'm working with VS Sassoon Digital Sensor. So they've got a new hot air styler which I'm going to be working with today. I've just washed my hair, it's a little bit damp, and I'm going to be using a couple of their styling attachments. So this is a fantastic product to help you get that kind of like at-home professional look. So the air styler comes with 3 attachments, one being a 3D styling paddle brush which just gives your hair a little bit more of a smoother finish with a bit of volume. Then you've got 2 rotating brushes, one of them allows you to softly curl your hair, and then the other one is an anti-static ceramic rotating brush which just gives a little bit of volume. So I'm not going to do anything too fancy with my hair today, but what I'm going to do is just quickly show you guys how I worked with the anti-static ceramic rotating brush and also the 3D paddle brush. Both of them gave a lot of volume to my hair while drying at the same time, but the great thing is about this product, it has like a detecting heating thermal system within it, so it doesn't damage the hair, it keeps the hair nice and healthy, so it's drying it and styling it at the same time and giving almost like a blow wave effect to my hair, which I always love. So as you can see, I was able to achieve a really nice soft and silky but voluminous hairstyle within about half the time because I was able to dry it and style it at the same time. Moving on to the makeup look, I'm going to be using YSL's new Prep Lotion. I've really loved working with this lately. It helps tighten up your pores, even out skin tone, and it gives a really nice glowy, luminous kind of look to your skin before you lay down your foundation. So to prime, I'm going to be using YSL's new Instant Moisture Glow, and I'm just going to place this all over the surface of my skin. This is like a sister product to the prepping lotion, and this is just going to give more luminosity to my skin. So the foundation I'm using today is by Covergirl. This is their new TruBlend Matte Made foundation. I'm using the shade L30 Golden Ivory, and I have just been obsessed with this foundation ever since I got my hands on it. You may have seen that I've raved about it a couple of times on my Instagram story. I just love the beautiful matte long wear finish that you gain from this foundation, but it doesn't look heavy, even though you feel like you've got like a full coverage look. So yeah, I've just applied that with a pointed stippling brush and then just going over top with a wet beauty blender to clean up any streaking. Now to conceal, I'm going to be using Studio Fix by MAC, and I'm just going to place this underneath my eyes just to brighten up any darkness. I'm definitely quite dark under that area, so I like a lot of coverage. And then I'm going to pat a little bit on the tops of my lids. I like to prime my eyelids with concealer before I lay down my eyeshadow, and then I'm just going to buff that all in with a wet beauty blender. Now to set everything into place, I'm going to be using the Match Perfection Loose Powder by Rimmel, and I'm just going to use a big fluffy brush to apply this. I always pat, I never come in directly with the tip of the brush, I pat so it just softly sits on top of the surface. Then to warm up my complexion, I'm going to be using Naturally Bronzer by Rimmel as well. This is just a nice matte bronzer. I generally like to go more matte than shimmer with my bronzers, and I'm just going to apply that around my cheekbones and my temple. So to put a little bit of colour into my cheeks, I'm going to be using the Sweet Peach palette by Too Faced, and this has got a nice kind of glow to it. And then just to add a little bit of highlight, I'm going to be using the highlighting shimmer from the same palette, using a more finely tipped brush to apply this. Now to give those pitiful brows some shaping, I'm going to be using Precisely My Brow by Benefit in the shade number 3. Looking back at it, I wish I used a pomade for this look just because I prefer more of a stronger defined brow for this. But anyways, obviously a pencil was just more available, and this is what it is. And then to set the brows into place, I just used the Brow Setter by Benefit and just really made sure to push up my brows to give them a little bit more of a wispier look. Now using the bronzer from earlier on from Rimmel, I'm using a really big fluffy brush just to heavily define my eye socket and just focus a lot of that product around that area, making sure it's very well blended out before I lay down any heavier colours. So today I'm working with the Amore limited edition eyeshadow palette by Estee Lauder. I'm going to be using this matte Cranberry shade, taking a slightly smaller blending brush with more of a fine tipped point to it. I'm going to be really focusing that shade into my eye socket again, really building up the depth, getting a lot of heavy pigment application and just blending that out to create more of a smoky winged look to my eye. Returning to the palette, I'm going to take this really beautiful dark purple shade. I'm going to use more of a flat pan brush, and we're going to start packing that colour on the outer corner just to create a little bit more dimension and intensity, taking a big fluffy brush and making sure it's all really well blended together. Now I'm going to apply this beautiful ballerina pink shimmer onto my eyelid. I'm going to take it about halfway from the inner corner of my eye. I've always found that my shimmers perform best when I apply a little bit of Fix Plus or setting spray to the brush. It just gives better payback from the pigment. And then I'm going to take a small blending brush and smoothen out the edges into the original shadows that we laid down. Now for wing liner, I'm going to be using my tried and true Clinique Pretty Easy liquid liner. I'm just going to do a little bit of a slowdown of when I apply my liquid liner for you guys here. You can see how I apply it. Generally I speed this up or I cut it out. This is just how like easy this liquid liner is to work with. It is like phenomenal. I love it. Mascara, I'm going to be using the Paradise Ecstatic by L'Oreal. Again, a little bit of a personal favourite at the moment because I've got very fine straight lashes. I find that this mascara gives me nice chunky lashes without going clumpy. Now I'm going to be taking the first plum shade that we used with a finely tipped brush, and I'm just going to line my lower lash line using this. Then using the darker plummier shade that we used, I'm going to take an even more finely tipped brush and I'm going to line very close up against my waterline, and then taking that brush from earlier on from the lower lash line to blend it all together. Then I'm going to chuck on a couple of coats of mascara just to thicken up that area, and then place on some false lashes. So I'm currently obsessed with Rimmel lashes from XO Beauty. I think they're just like literally perfect for any occasion. And yeah, I'm just going to place these on with some tweezers, and then we're going to move on to the lips. So I'm going to be using Dangerous. This is by Estee Lauder, another limited edition liquid lipstick that they've just brought out, but it's beautiful. It's like this incredible chrome metallic full coverage berry liquid lipstick. Then to set it into place, I'm going to be using Mecca Max's setting spray. This stuff is incredible. It's like 20 bucks and smells insane. So that's basically the entire makeup look there for you guys. I really hope you've enjoyed today's tutorial. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. If you've got any questions, hit me up in the comment section down below, and I'll leave everything you need to know in the description box. Anyways guys, have a lovely day, and I'll see you in my next video. See ya!